That's good. Waking up in the morning, drinking the tears of AMC holders. Today, I want to talk about something that's very cut and dry. It's right there in front of everyone's eyes, but for some reason, nobody knows how to use Google. Why is it that the internet says differently when it comes down to the idea of retail investors owning 90% of the AMC float? What is really going on? I'm going to show you guys exactly how to find out the numbers right here in this video so everybody can stop talking about how AMC holders have 90% of the float. What's going on, guys? Patrick here, and well, today we're talking about numbers. I know a lot of AMC investors out there don't understand that 1 + 1 = 2, that some of them believe that 1 + 1 = 3, and in a fantasy magical world, maybe it does, but in the real world, which is the stock market, it just doesn't work like that. All right, so let's figure out this very simply. All right, I'm on Google. This is all real information. This is the actual internet. I'm not just making this up. I know everyone's gonna be like, well, this is FUD. It's not real. He's not really talking about the truth. All right, so first off, let's look at the float. How many shares are in the float on AMC? If we go here to FinViz, this is a real website. This is not me making up stuff. I didn't just make this up in Photoshop. This is not Photoshopped, right? The total float is 513 million shares total. You have a 20% short float. All right, so now we know how big the float is. Let's look at how many institutional investors own this stock. If we go here to Fintel, again, this is not, fake news. This is real. I didn't Photoshop this. Everyone's like, yeah, but this isn't real. He doesn't get real numbers. He's not, no. These are the numbers, my friends. So you see here, we have 187 million shares that are owned by institutional investors. This could be index funds. This can be just funds in general. And you got to remember, these index funds that are buying it, they have to buy it to weight the overall index, being the S&P 500. They have to own shares of AMC because of the percentages. Also, the big funds like BlackRock and these other funds that buy into AMC, you got to remember, they have billions and billions and billions of dollars under management. Do they buy shares in companies that are still going down in value? Yes, they do. They can loan the shares out to different market makers for shorting, and then they earn an interest every day that those shares are being lent out. The problem right now is that the actual percentage that they're earning on that shares are not super high because, again, the price of AMC has only gone down for the last 6 months. So here we go. We got 513 million shares. We'll just make it easy. We'll round up there, and then we're going to subtract 187 million just to make it easy, just, so everyone, whatever. So we got 326 million shares left. If we go and we type in 326 million of 513 million, that gives us a grand total of 63%. Wow. That's very interesting. You can see as well how some of these investors have been dumping their positions as well. Some of them have been adding, but mostly if you look here, like this is Vanguard, this is an index fund. The reason, like I said, the index funds have to buy into this because they are following the overall indexes. And you have like the Vanguard here, you have another Vanguard, a lot of Vanguards, the index funds having to buy into this. You have a couple, I think you have BlackRock, you got a couple other, small cap funds. You got this guy here on the 28th, they closed their position there. A lot of people closing positions here. The FOMO ETF fund closed their position. So, yes, the price of the AMC stock has only gone down since June of 2021. Today, it's below $15. If you look here on the 15-minute chart, it had a high of $15.80 today, pulled back down there below $15. Yes, I will tell you right now, the overall market is pulling back. Yes, it does have an effect. At the end of the day, AMC is a part of the stock market. So yes, we should expect when the overall market crashes down that AMC would also pull back. But the problem is that we've seen multiple stocks, go up in value in the past 6 months, while AMC has gone down in value nonstop. We have to think about reality here, my friends. At the end of the day, what is AMC actually worth? What does their business actually do? Do they make money as a business? Does AMC make money? No, they don't. They end up losing money. They've been losing money for the last 10 years. Even before COVID, they've been having problems with debt. They've been having problems with real estate. They've been having problems with actually making money. Now they have ideas, that they're going to increase the different ticket prices of like the Batman movie and like $1.50 extra. I think a lot of people are confused about this as well, is that the movie theater makes 100% of the money that is sold from movie tickets. That is not the truth. There is a sliding scale. Basically, as the movie opens for the weekend, let's say a movie like Batman, a big movie like Batman, it opens on the week of the grand opening weekend, whatever you call it, the premiere weekend. That weekend, the movie theater normally is at a 50-50 to maybe 60-40 split with the actual movie companies. AMC has to split the revenue from the movie tickets with the actual movie companies that make the movies. A lot of people think that maybe AMC keeps 100% of the revenue from the tickets. That is not true. AMC, the reason that movie theaters have to charge so much for popcorn, for drinks, and all that fun stuff is they don't make all the money from the movie tickets. They actually have to give a lot of that profit to the actual movie companies, or I don't know, what do you call it? But I think that clears it up. When you look at ticket sales and you say, wow, tickets are $15, they must be making so much money. No, well, they're actually giving half of that away to the actual movie companies that are making these movies. The ticket sales do not directly 100% go to AMC, and then you got to think about the other costs as well that's probably built in there as well. So maybe they're not even getting 50% of the actual ticket sales. The thing about this is the more that AMC goes down in value, like it has been doing, the more it goes down in value, the easier it is for a short, right? There's just not pressure on the shorts. There's no pressure at all on the shorts at this point for them to have to cover. And I know everybody says that the shorts haven't covered. The shorts have not covered. The shorts have not covered. Guys, they don't need to cover. They don't have to cover. There is no rule that says they have to cover at a certain date. There is no rule that says that they have to cover at a certain price. The price of AMC can continue to go down and down and down. If it goes to zero, well, they cover at zero. If it ends up getting delisted and going to the pink sheets, well, they would end up covering at some point. There will be a little bit of a squeeze at some point. If it goes down to, $1, maybe it squeezes back to $2. But at the end of the day, AMC is a failed business. The movie theater chain is not going to continue to make more money in the future. There is not a bright future for AMC. The popcorn delivery business, nobody cares about. All the ideas that Adam Aron has are not going to save this business. And in the future, AMC will go bankrupt. The question now is, if you keep buying AMC shares, if you buy more and more AMC shares, and you believe that AMC will one day go back to a value above $100, you have to be living in a fantasy world here, my friends. It will simply just not happen. I've talked about this before as well. The more that AMC goes down, the more bag holders, the more pressure, the more resistance. So if it pulls back to the $5, $6 area, well, now you have all the people that bought at 20, you have all the people that bought at 30. Every time AMC pushes up, those people will be looking to take profits, or they'll be looking to get out of the trade, because at that point, the guy who bought at $40, $50, I guarantee 100%, if AMC pushed back up to the $40, $50 area, they will end up selling. They will end up taking some profits. If it pushes to $60, $70, there's going to come a point where obviously people are going to want to just get out of the trade, because they've been locked up in this trade for the last 6 months losing money. And one thing as well, I think a lot of people are confused about, if AMC goes from $15 to $40, who is buying all those shares? Who's buying at 40? Who's buying at 50? Who's buying at 60? The same thing that happened when retail investors were buying at 50, when they were buying at 40, when they were buying at 30. The retail investors are going to be the ones holding the bag. And one thing that I want to point out here and I want to stress is that I'm not against retail investors. It's not that I want retail investors to lose money. The thing is, I want retail investors to understand that they are getting played, that the whole entire AMC move was one big play to basically dilute shareholders. They dumped millions and millions of shares. They did more offerings. The only reason that AMC has $1 billion in cash is because of all the retail investors who bought shares at an extreme value. You have the CEO of the company dumping all of his shares. You have all the executives dumping all their shares. Why would they dump their shares at the $30 to $20 to $40 area if they believe that there would be value in AMC in the future? They just don't. They wouldn't have done it. And I know people are going to say, well, Adam Aron had to do it because it's financial, his wealth, his estate planning. I don't care. If I'm the CEO of the company and I believe the company is going to go up in value in the future, why my estate planning does not need to sell my shares, baby? Because I'm going to say, hey, if I'm the CEO and I own shares and the stock is currently at $15 and I believe the stock's going to go to $100 one day, I'm going to stand strong, and I'm going to say, hey, there ain't no way in hell I'm selling, because I'm going to make this company the greatest company in the world. So the idea that people are actually defending Adam Aron for selling shares is almost insanity at this point. And I think a lot of people out there are just creating reasons, or trying to find reasons to justify why they're holding the bag while everybody else is selling. So you have to ask yourself, if the CEO of the company isn't holding shares, is selling shares faster than he can actually do it, and he's doing it as fast as he can, if the CEO is doing it, why are you not doing it? So there it is. If you guys haven't already, do one of my favor, hit the like button, subscribe button, all the buttons down below. I'll talk to you guys later on.